News coming out of a Moscow attack, leaving 40 losing their lives and dozens injured after attackers opened fire inside of a busy Moscow area concert venue, Russian state media reports. Now, it's all over the news right now. This is trending, and there's video footage coming out left and right of what's unfolded. I'm going to be unable to share this because it's fairly graphic. So if I share it on YouTube, it likely will not be permitted to be shown, but I'm going to be sharing with you what has been coming out as they're saying this is devastating. In fact, the concert hall itself is actually on fire at this very moment. And as I mentioned, articles coming out, I've got one from the Associated Press, another one from CNN, one from PBS. Kremlin says 40 have lost their lives, more than 100 wounded in attacks on Moscow concert hall. Now, I'm going to be sharing with you the latest on this. And as I mentioned, this is live news coming out right now as this is devastating. If you go onto other social media platforms and you look up what's going on, it is absolutely incredible. They've got the video footage of 5 men dressed up in camo, armed, going in and just unloading on the crowds and the concerts, individuals running away. There's video footage all over X that shows exactly what's going on. And as I mentioned, what is taking place right now is too graphic for me to be able to share with you here on YouTube. But I'm going to share with you just the latest reports and information so you know exactly what's going on. Now, at this time, we still are not aware of who it is exactly that is doing this. They know that it is an attack. They don't know what they're representing, why they did it, or what group it is. But as more information comes out, I'll be sure to share. But the live updates is that there is at least 40 that have lost their lives, and there's over 100 that have been wounded in this attack on a Moscow concert hall. Now, I see we've got about 580 people live with me. Yes, I see somebody saying this is huge. This is some pretty big news coming out. Yeah, and we're not yet sure of exactly who it is. So once we see who it's coming from, we will see what the repercussions are that unfold with this. So do me a favor, if you appreciate the updates, please hit that like button for me. Just takes a second. Subscribe to stay up to date. It's totally free. And also a ton of resources for those of you that are concerned about what is unfolding here in 2024, as we've heard that it is the year of war. And now we're seeing attacks taking place in Moscow, and a lot of people concerned. We've been hearing warnings from the FBI of attacks here in the United States of what could be coming. And if you missed the video footage yesterday of what unfolded at the border in El Paso with riots taking place, just crossing over the border, just swarming the lines. And right now, it is a battle between Texas and Mexico. Check that video out right after this. But let me share with you what is going on right now. And as I mentioned, this is live breaking news taking place right now. And now this article is linked in the description. This particular one I'm referencing is from PBS, just literally came out less than an hour ago. It says Russia's Federal Security Service says that 40 people have lost their lives and more than 100 were wounded in an attack Friday at a Moscow concert hall. The attack, which Russian authorities are investigating as an attack of terror, is the most incredible one in Russia in recent years. Several gunmen burst into the concert hall on the edge of Moscow and sprayed visitors with automatic fire, ending the lives and wounding the lives of many dozens and starting a massive blaze to the concert as well. Russian media reported that the venue's roof was collapsing. And yes, as I mentioned, this is all over social media. The video footage is being released left and right on various platforms. The attacks come days after President Vladimir Putin cemented his grip on the country in a highly orchestrated electoral landslide. Russian news reporters said that the assailants threw explosives, triggering a massive blaze. Videos posted on social media showed huge plumes of black smoke rising over the buildings, which can accommodate more than 6,000 people. Now, the attack took place as crowds gathered for the performance by Picnic, a famous Russian rock band. Russian news reports said that the visitors were being evacuated, but some said that an unspecified number of people could have been trapped inside the blazing building. So we still do not know. More information is coming out. Now, the prosecutor's office said several men in combat fatigue entered the concert hall and fired at the visitors. And again, you can see this video footage on various social media platforms. It is circulating at this time. Extended rounds of fire could be heard on multiple video posts by Russian media and Telegram channels. One showed 2 men with rifles moving through the mall. Another one showed a man inside the auditorium saying that the assailants set it on fire as shots rang out incessantly in the background. more videos showed up of four armed individuals with rifles and wearing caps who were firing at screaming people at point blank range. And we actually have heard that there is actually five of them now. Now, Andrei Voroboyva, the governor of Moscow's region, said that he was heading to the area and set up a task force to deal with the damages. He didn't immediately offer any further details. Russian media reports said that the riot police units were being sent to the area as people were being evacuated. Russian authorities said security was tightened at Moscow's airport and railway stations, while the Moscow mayor canceled all mass gatherings scheduled for this weekend. White House National Security Advisor John Kirby said on Friday today that he couldn't yet speak about all the details, but that the images are just horrible and just hard to watch. And again, like I said, what is coming out right now, I'm unable to share with you guys on this platform due to the graphic content, but I'm going to share with you the latest article news so that way you know exactly what's going on. Now, our thoughts are going to be with the victims of this terrible, terrible attack, Kirby said. There are some moms and dads and brothers and sisters and sons and daughters who haven't gotten the news yet. This is going to be a tough day. The attack followed a statement issued earlier this month by the U.S. Embassy in Moscow that urged the Americans to avoid crowded places in the Russian capital in view of the imminent attack, a warning that was repeated by several other Western embassies. Putin, who extended his grip on Russia for another 6 years in the March 15-17 presidential vote after a sweeping crackdown on dissident earlier this week, denounced the Western warnings as an attempt to intimidate Russians. Russia was shaken by a series of terror attacks in early 2000s during the fighting with the separatists in the Russian province of Chechnya. Now, in October of 2002, Chechnya militants took about 800 people hostage at a Moscow theater. 2 days later, Russian special forces stormed the building and 129 hostages and 41 Chechen fighters lost their lives, most of them from effects of various gas Russian forces used to subdue the attackers. And in September of 2004, about 30 Chechen militants seized a school in Beslan in southern Russia, taking hundreds hostage. The siege ended after 2 days later. More than 330 people, about half of them were children, lost their lives. So they're saying that this is hitting today. We know that there have been at least 40 that have lost their lives, over 100 wounded. And like I said, the video footage that's coming out on this breaking news of these attacks is absolutely incredible. So it is circulating around X. I believe other social media platforms as well, where you can see what is going on. But this is taking place. This is breaking news happening right now. Just wanted to share with you guys what is coming out with this. Now, in addition to that, we've also heard that Russia and China just recently have come to an alliance with some of the groups that we're hearing officially out in the Middle East that want to do harm to the United States and also to Israel. So there's a lot unfolding today. In addition to that, I also heard that it was made known that the Duchess of Wales has officially announced that she has cancer as well. So a lot of incredible breaking news coming out. Now, I'd heard rumors for quite some time circulating, didn't really know what was going on, as they said that she had not been coming out in public recently. But now they're saying that it is due to the fact that she's coming out and announcing that she has been diagnosed with cancer, and she's been dealing with that. So all of this unfolding today. Now, I just wanted to share with you guys some of the news coming out because they do not yet know, with these attacks that are taking place in Moscow, who is responsible for this, their motives. And as these details come out, though, I'll be sure to share with you guys. But they're saying it was a massive, massive attack. Tons of people were lost their lives or wounded by this. And in addition to that, the actual concert hall itself at this time is literally on fire and collapsing, the roof collapsing in on the building. So pretty intense stuff. Very incredible what is going on. And as I mentioned, here in the United States, we are getting warnings of potential attacks on our soil and against our water systems. If you missed the videos in the last 48 hours, you're going to want to check them out. Yesterday, I shared with you the invasion, they said, that is taking place at the southern border as they just broke through the line of the federal the federal forces that were blocking them ran up to the wall that was actually being defended by the state of Texas, and they're saying all of those individuals, they're going to get access to the United States. Right now, Governor Greg Abbott, he's calling for the state to be able to have the authority to arrest these undocumented people entering through the border at this time that are invading, and to send them back. But literally, there's video footage coming out. I'm going to share with you later on today. So keep an eye out for this, as they are saying that as they're crossing over, as these undocumented illegal immigrants are passing through, they're actually saying, well, we don't care. They have no respect for the guards, because they're saying, we already know the rules. We know that we're going to get in. We're going to be okay to get in, and there's nothing you can do to stop us. Well, the concern is the potential warnings of these attacks that we saw, like in Moscow, maybe these happening here in the United States, as we're receiving warnings from the FBI that there are attacks that are being planned to be orchestrated simultaneously, multiple attacks on U.S. soil, and also cyber attacks on infrastructure systems. We're hearing many of the infrastructure systems of the United States already compromised by these foreign entities that want to do harm to the U.S. They're saying that these things are already set up and in place, and we've got open borders here. And they just released information, the White House and the EPA, in the last 48 hours, that the current thing that they are putting their focus on is our water systems, and that includes drinking water and wastewater. Please be aware of that. So if you want to take precautions for you and your family, maybe you want to stock up on water, maybe you want to get a filtration system of some kind. Right now, they're saying there is a major warning on attacks on infrastructure systems, and now the emphasis is on the water. They're saying watch the water systems, and they're urging all U.S. infrastructure water systems to get some sort of cybersecurity updates, and also to just take into consideration what they need to do to keep themselves safe against an attack. And also, I want to share this here on my channel so that way anybody that is watching this, that is getting this information, they can also know that this is taking place and can take the steps necessary to feel safe and prepared for yourself and your family. So a lot taking place today. Absolutely incredible. Last 48 hours have been very intense. And again, those videos with the footage and the articles, they are on my channel as well. Just go to the video section. You can see the one for the border invasion yesterday, and the day before that, the warnings of U.S. water systems being hit with cyber attacks at this time. So you guys, that is the latest coming out, breaking news coming out in Moscow. And also warnings coming out from the United States. So be sure to hit the like button if you haven't done so yet. I see we've got 850 people in the room. If you appreciate the updates, please do so. Just helps spread this out even further. And also hit subscribe if this is your first time here. I'll keep you up to date on everything so you know exactly what is going on. But you guys, that is the latest. I will keep you up to date. I'm going to now prepare some more information for you guys in another video to come up, as there's a lot taking place. But if you haven't yet, check out the videos yesterday of the border invasion and the attacks on the water systems. I'll catch you in the next one. Take care. God bless. This is Steve.